Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you will be updated on all my future content. So this video is going to be a review of long division. 788 divided by 4 is our first example problem. I'm going to go through step by step how to solve that problem. So step 1, we want to divide by the smallest number possible. So we're looking for the number within the number. Only rule is the number inside the square here has to be equal to or bigger than the number outside the square. So 7 is bigger than 4, so we can actually start out with 1 digit by 1 digit division. And for this first example, I'm actually going to show you how to go about solving this if you can't do the division in your head and if you're not able to skip count. So we need to figure out how many groups of 4 go into 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an array. I'm going to make 7 total tallies, and I'm going to make them in rows of 4, see how many full groups of 4 I can get. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one group of 4. 5, 6, 7. So I was able to get one group of 4 within 7. So 7 divided by 4 equals 1. Now the closest I could get to 7 without going over was 4. I was able to get 4 tallies in one row without passing the number. And 7 minus 4 equals 3. We have a remainder of 3. As you can see, there's 3 tallies that are not in a circle here. So 7 minus 4 equals 3. 3 is our remainder. Next, we have to bring down the next digit. So we're going to bring down the 8. That 3 is going to become a 38. So now I have to make 38 total tallies. And I'm going to make those in rows of 4. I'm going to see how many groups of 4 I can fit within 38. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one group of 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Two groups of 4. 9, 10, 11, 12. We are at 3 groups. 13, 14, 15, 16. We are at 4 groups. 17, 18, 19, 20. We are now at 5 groups of 4. 21, 22, 23, 24. We are now at 6 groups of 4. 25, 26, 27, 28. That's 7 groups of 4. 29, 30, 31, 32. 8 groups of 4. 33, 34, 35, 36. 9 groups of 4. 37, 38. So we were not able to get a full 10th group of 4. But we were able to get 9 full groups of 4 within 38. So 38 divided by 4 equals 9. There is a remainder there. Now when I got my 9th group of 4, I was at 36 total tallies. Just making the 8 a little. Alright, 38 minus 36 equals 2. We have a remainder of 2. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you. And shout out to the person that just hit the like button. Alright, so I just brought down the 8. That 2 became 28. So now, got to figure out how many groups of 4 we can fit within 28. So I'm going to make the tallies along the side here for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one group of 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Two groups of 4. 9, 10, 11, 12. Three groups. 13, 14, 15, 16. Four groups of 4. 17, 18, 19, 20. Five groups of 4. 21, 22, 23, 24. We are at 6 groups of 4. 25, 26, 27, 28. We are at 7 groups of 4. So 28 divided by 4 equals 7. And we landed right on 28. As you can see, there's no remainders in the array. 28 minus 28 equals 0, so there are no remainders. And we have our final answer, 788. 788 divided by 4 equals 197. Now, as you can see, if you're not able to skip count in your head, if you're not able to do all the math in your head, you can still solve the problem. It's still possible to get the right answer every single time if you're not able to skip count. But being able to skip count, being able to multiply in your head, it makes it a lot easier. It makes the process a lot faster. So now for my second example problem, I'm actually going to just use the skip counting strategy. You're going to see how much faster it actually goes. Shout out to the person in the chat. The number of sentences you got in the chat there, they're correct. They are correct. But we are focusing on division, not addition in this live stream. But I appreciate you being in the chat and participating. All right. I do not know that song. I'm gonna stay on topic though. I'm gonna focus on math, not music. All right, 948 divided by 8. So we want to divide by the smallest number possible. Only rule is the number inside the square has to be equal to or bigger than the number outside the square. And we can actually start out with single digit division again. 9 is bigger than 8, so 9 divided by 8. We got to figure out how many groups of 8 go into 9. And I'm going to use the skip counting strategy for this problem. So 8, that's one group of 8. 16, I'm already too far. If I count by 8 again, I'm at 16. That's already too far. That would already be past 9. But I was able to get one group of 8 within 9. 8 was as close as I could get to 9 without passing the number 9 and going over. So we're going to do 9 minus 8 to find our remainder. 9 minus 8 is 1. We have a remainder of 1. Next, I'm going to bring down the 4. That 1 becomes a 14. And I got to figure out how many groups of 8 go into 14. 8. That's one group. 16. Already too far. Too far. I'm already past 14. So, again, we can get one group of 8 within 14. 8's as close as we can get to 14 without passing it. So we're going to do 14 minus 8 and see what our remainder is. (14 minus 8 equals 6). Now we're going to bring down the 8. The 6 becomes 68. And now we have to figure out how many groups of 8 we can fit into 68. So we're going to count by 8s. We're going to skip count by 8s again. 8, that's one group of 8. 16, two groups of 8. 24, three groups of 8. We got to keep going until we get to 68. 32, 4 groups of 8. 40, we are now at 5 groups of 8. 48, 6 groups of 8. 56, 7 groups of 8. 64, 8 groups of 8. So we have 8 full groups of 8. If I count by 8 again, I'll be at 72, but that's too far, right? That we'd be beyond the number 68. So we were able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full groups of 8 within 68. 68 divided by 8 equals 8. Now there is a remainder there. There is a remainder. The closest we could get to 68 was 64. So 64 is what we have to subtract to find our remainder. So 68 minus 64 equals 4. So we have a remainder of 4. Now I'm going to show you how to convert our answer to a mixed number here, because 948 divided by 8 is not a whole number. As you can see, we got a remainder. So when we are looking for what the mixed number, or what the fraction is, very simple. The number we're dividing by is our denominator, and our remainder is our numerator. So 948 divided by 8, we're dividing by 8, so 8 is our denominator. 4 is our remainder. Our remainder is our numerator. So we have our answer, 948 divided by 8 equals 118 and 4/8. Now, the fraction 4/8 is not in lowest terms. That can be reduced further. 4/8 is equal to 1/2, so 118 and a half would be another way to write the answer. That would be if we wanted to write the answer in lowest terms. But I usually keep my reducing fractions. That's its own live stream. Reducing fractions to lowest terms is its own live stream. So for all intents and purposes, we're going to leave this as the final answer. Even though 4/8 can be reduced, we're going to leave this as the final answer. 948 divided by 8 equals 118 and 4/8. All right. Next one. We're still rocking with long division. Thank you. I appreciate that. 1,195 divided by 5. So this one I'm going to actually do without the skip counting, for all of those that are fluent with it in your head. So the steps are: we divide, we multiply, we subtract, we bring down. So these are for all the students that have really mastered the basic arithmetic skills here. So we start out the same way. We want to divide by the smallest number possible. The rule is that the number inside the square has to be equal to or bigger than the number outside the square. So for this one, we cannot start out with 1 digit by 1 digit division, because 5 is bigger than 1. We are able to start out with 2 digit by 1 digit division. We can start out with 11 divided by 5. So 11 divided by 5 is 2. Step 1, we divide. Step 2, we multiply. We're going to multiply 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So we know what number we're subtracting. Step 3, we subtract. 11 minus 10 equals 1. We have our remainder of 1. Step 4, we bring down. We bring down the 9. And I guess step 5, if we want to write a fifth step, we just repeat. We repeat steps 1 through 4. So now 19 divided by 5. So we divide. 19 divided by 5 equals 3. 3 times 5 equals 15. Now we divide, we multiply. Now we subtract. 19 minus 15 equals 4. Next step, we bring down. Bringing down the 5. 45 divided by 5 equals 9. 9 times 5 equals 45. 45 minus 45 equals 0. So we have no remainders, and we have our final answer. 1,195 divided by 5 equals 239. Hi, welcome to the chat. Thank you for all the positive comments. I really appreciate it. Tells me I'm doing something right here. All right. Stay tuned for the final example of the live stream. All right. 2,998 divided by 5. Heads up, the answer will be a mixed number here. It's not going to equal out to a whole number. There will be a remainder. But same steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat. We first want to divide by the smallest number possible, and the rule is the number inside the square has got to be equal to or bigger than the number outside the square. So again, we cannot start out with 1 digit by 1 digit division because 5 is bigger than 2. We can start out with 2 digit by 1 digit division though. 29 is bigger than 5. We can start out with 29 divided by 5. 29 divided by 5 equals 5, with a remainder, of course. There is a remainder. So we've divided. Next, we multiply. 5 times 5 equals 25. (29 minus 25 equals 4. So next step, we subtract. Next step, we bring down. We're going to bring down the 9. The 4 is going to become a 49. 49 divided by 5 equals 9. 9 times 5 equals 45. So we divide, we multiply, we subtract, we bring down. So 49 minus 45 equals 4. We bring down our 8. The 4 becomes a 48. 48 divided by 5, again, equals 9. 9 times 5 equals 45. 48 minus 45 equals 3. So we have a remainder of 3 here. And now if we want to convert that to a fraction, we're converting to mixed numbers. Remember, the number we're dividing by is our denominator, and our remainder is our numerator. So what are we dividing by in this problem? We're dividing by 5. So 5 is our denominator. What do we have as a remainder? 3. So 3 is our numerator. So we have our final answer. 2,998 divided by 5 equals 599 and 3/5. And if we were to convert 3/5 to a decimal, 3/5 as a decimal would equal 0.6. So the person that put 599.6 in the chat, they are correct. 599 and 3/5 is how you would write it if you were writing the mixed number with a fraction. 599.6 is how you would write it if we were using decimals. But we got the correct answer. 298 divided by 5 equals 599 and 3/5. Or if we want to use decimals, 599.6. That is my live stream for today. I'll probably do another live stream later in the day, but thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to leave a comment. Leave comments. Let me know what you thought of the live stream. And if there is an area of math or reading that you're having difficulty with, put that in the comments, and I will do a future video on that skill. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I see people in the chat saying don't leave. Should I do one more problem? I'll tell you what. I'll do one more problem since people aren't asking. People are asking me not to leave, so I will do one more problem. One more. This is the final problem, though. Then I got to get going after this. The final division problem of the video. (8,405) divided by 5. We want to divide by the smallest number possible. The rule is the number inside the square has to be greater than or equal to the number outside the square. And for this one, we can start out with 1 digit by 1 digit division, because 8 is bigger than 5. So 8 divided by 5 equals 1. So step 1, we divide. Step 2, we multiply to determine what number we're going to need to subtract. 1 times 5 equals 5. Step 3, we subtract. 8 minus 5 equals 3. We have a remainder of 3. Step 4, we bring down. We're going to bring down the 4. The 3 becomes a 34. 34 divided by 5 equals 6. Next, we multiply. 6 times 5 equals 30. 34 minus 30 equals 4. We bring down the next number. Now we repeat. So 40 divided by 5 equals 8. 8 times 5 equals 40. 40 minus 40 equals 0. There is no remainder. And next we bring down the 5. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 1 times 5 equals 5. 5 minus 5 equals 0. So this answer ended up being a whole number. Shout out to the person in the chat that put the answer in the chat. That person was correct. 8,405 divided by 5 equals 1,681. Thank you so much in the chat for all the positive comments. Thank you for tuning into my live, commenting, hitting the like button. I appreciate you. You are a big part of the reason that's making this channel grow. That is my live stream for this morning, but I will probably live stream again in the afternoon. So you will see me. You will see me later today. Yeah, I probably will be live tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably be live later this afternoon and tomorrow. But until next time, I'm Mr. Camilleri. This is the Mr. Camilleri Show YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time.